Good God almighty, Cecil Scott, I don't think I have ever heard an ovation as loud as the ovation that the dream trio of Andrew, Everett, Arik Royal, and Ric Converse just received. I swear to God, the loudest ovation I've ever heard in this building.
This place is nuclear. Wow, I'm with you. I've never heard this building get so loud. So, I think it's obvious we've got an incredible amount of buzz for this six-man tag team match.
A dream matchup. First time ever the Andrew Everett cross, Arik Royal and Ric Converse have been on the same trio.
And of course, we've got the more experienced trio of the young version of the Aftermath, the new Aftermath.
Call them what you will. There's a lot of championship gold making its way to the table right now.
I think the table's going to collapse.
The Rising Generation League champion, Ben Tyler, the television champion, Trevor Lee, the heavyweight champion, Arik Royal, the International Ultra J champion, Andrew Everett, all in one matchup.
So is this every belt that we recognize?
Except for the tag belts.
Oh, yeah.
You know, no championships. We decided, the championship committee, the board of directors decided no championships would be defended on this very special night. It would be all about amazing, unique, interesting matches that you may never have the chance to see again. And the bell rings, and it looks like Andrew Cross will start, but not with Trevor Lee.
Of course not. And of course, Trevor Lee's still carrying that Chiba mask around, which has been totally desecrated. He's pulled the horns off of it and everything. I'd have to say, this is probably the most electric event I have ever been a part of. Oh, he nailed Trevor.
He absolutely just nailed Trevor. Trevor wants him thrown out of here.
You shouldn't hit a man from behind like that.
Oh, God. Trevor Lee is going to start.
Or not.
No, he's not.
He thought better of it.
He gets too close to Arik Royal. I assure you, Arik Royal will knock his block off.
Yes, he will. And I see Andrew Cross is trying to keep his composure.
That's a big part of what we do. You know as well as I do that if you lose your cool out there, you don't think, you don't function at your optimum best. You don't function like a thinking man's wrestler.
No, you don't. I mean, you always want to come in with a game plan, and the moment you lose your cool, that's when it goes out the window.
Precisely correct. This crowd is unbelievable for the dream trio of Cross, Royal, and Converse.
To be fair, they've been unbelievable all night.
They really have. An amazing night. We thank you so much for joining us on demand.cwf247.com. We thank you so much, our loyal fans that subscribe to youtube.com/CWF Mid-Atlantic. We thank all of our Twitter followers at CWF Mid-Atlantic. We thank our over 5,000 fans on Facebook at facebook.com/CWF Mid-Atlantic. And of course, the main source to keep up with all things CWF Mid-Atlantic is CWF247.com. The schedule, everything you could ever want to know about CWF is on that one home page. We thank everyone that has joined us on this historic 350th live event. And Cecil, it's been an unbelievable, crazy, wonderful night. But the big matchup is still to be decided. Who's going to leave here with their hands raised at the end of the main event is what this match is all about.
It is, and I think everybody in this match, I think everybody would like to get that final pinfall to have the bragging rights on such a huge event. 350 events. Some of these guys haven't been in that many. Guys like CHET STERLING or Ben Tyler. Guys like Ric Converse have been in almost all of them.
Andrew Cross wrestling with Ben Tyler.
And Andrew Cross, I have to say, I wrestled him many, many years ago. I never thought he would become the man that he is now. He was just a 16-year-old kid when I wrestled him.
That was probably just a year ago then. No, he's a little older than that.
I was talking about Andrew Cross, not my last date.
Hi-yo.
Did I say that?
Hi-yo. I'm a little bit intrigued. You know, I don't want to take anything away from this main event matchup. I'm a little bit intrigued that Drew seems more willing to wrestle with Ben Tyler. Obviously, it was Trevor Lee that took the Chiva Kid's mask and showed the world Andrew Everett Cross's face for the first time. But Ben Tyler and CHET STERLING certainly had a hand in things, and we're seeing some great wrestling here from Andrew Cross. It certainly seems to me like the man that he wants to punch in the jaw is Trevor Lee.
Oh, God. That was beautiful.
Unbelievably athletic is Andrew Everett.
And you wouldn't, a lot of times you wouldn't look at thinking at him. He's in great shape, but he doesn't look like somebody that could do a 360 in the air.
Who looks like they can do that, though, realistically?
Aquaman? I don't know.
CHET STERLING in the match for the first time. Like you said, the least experienced member of the Aftermath pulled off the biggest win of his professional career last night when he pinned Lee Valiant 1-2-3 at the Alamance County Boys and Girls Club fundraiser spectacular that we did last night.
And not to mention, he put up a hell of a showing against Ric Converse 2 weeks ago.
Boy, he really did. That's 2 former Mid-Atlantic champions he's been in the ring with. Oh gosh, in the last 2 weeks, and he's in there now with the International Ultra J champ, Andrew Everett Cross.
I have to wonder if Andrew's recovered fully from that attack 2 weeks ago. You remember he got belted in the back of the head by the TV title belt by Trevor Lee.
They were going to contend against the Goon Squad.
And then repeatedly kicked in the head by Walter Eaton every time he got up.
Absolutely. It was Chris Lee and Andrew Everett that were going to contend for the tag belts. Are we going to see a little vintage black guy and a little goat? It looks like we might.
Looks that way. I've been on the receiving end of this before.
Bam! Moonsault and a leg drop.
And you touched on an interesting point earlier, how he seems more willing to wrestle with CHET and Ben Tyler. I think in the back of his head, he feels like he has to blame one man for everything.
I think you're right.
And it has to be Trevor.
I think you're right. He proclaimed on March the 30th, did Trevor Lee, that he was the one true and only leader of the Aftermath. Ric Converse, the 6-time champion, is in for the first time in this matchup.
The former leader.
Woo!
Of the Aftermath.
Well, we saw this earlier in the All-Stars match, and if they isolate CHET STERLING, I dare say that CHET cannot take a beating like Coach Gemini's All-Stars can.
No, I mean, CHET, yeah, he has great poise for a rookie, but he hasn't taken a pounding and a quarter from 3 veterans. Oh,
big elbow smash.
And to further elaborate on the point, Trevor Lee is, the one going around with Drew's mask.
In the front of his tights.
Yes, and touching his,
CHET STERLING. We talked in the All-Stars match a little while ago about who would you isolate if you were the All-Stars against that super team. Undeniably, I think the team of Cross, Royal, and Converse have isolated the right men on the Aftermath team.
I think so too, and that's not a knock on CHET STERLING. It's just that he has less than a year under his belt.
Fires away, ducks the line.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
Took Sterling to the canvas. Andrew Cross is up. Got to watch the blind spot. Tyler blocks the kick. Good God, sent Tyler to the canvas. Oh, boy.
He's going to fly. Watch out for Trevor. Watch out for Drew.
Oh, boy.
What the?
Mafia kick to the face, and they all fall down.
That was awesome.
The sons, biological and adopted, of William Cross, working together as a team here. Wait, really? Wait a minute.
Is Ric gonna fly?
For real? Converse with a dive!
That's for real, not for play.
Unbelievable! It's gotta be the 350th show!
And of course.
Oh boy.
Arik Royal, no stranger to the dive.
They're out the front row. Oh God! The 270-pound Mid-Atlantic champion flew like a Scud missile. Clear out the front row. Protect the audience.
Oh, God, he doesn't have him.
Got the hair, does Trevor Lee.
And Arik Royal may have taken out 10 paying customers down there.
Oh, Jesus!
And that's been the theme for Trevor Lee. He feels like he is better than Andrew Cross. The attention should be on him.
It was just illustrated right there. I don't think he realizes that the Ultra J champion is up. The Ultra J champion is on his feet, waiting on Trevor Lee. Oh, God!
Shooting, springboard, shooting star press.
Jesus Christ!
They're all nuts. Everybody's lost their mind.
Drew is literally shoving his own partners out of the way to get a piece of Trevor Lee.
And Trevor Lee was too busy jaw-jacking with the fans out there. Is there anything left of the first 3 rows?
The aftermath is down. Trevor Lee ducks. Ben Tyler with the jawbreaker. Oh, God, he kicked Drew right in the face.
He kicked his face right off.
Chase is on. Chase is on. Oh, boy.
And we've seen this so many times from the aftermath. They are able to break down the numbers.
He caught Tyler. Royal caught Tyler. Sterling was not paying attention. Referee Charles Richardson needs to maintain some order in this thing.
He's completely lost control, and I think that Drew is out.
I swear to God, Drew got kicked right in the face from Trevor Lee.
And here's a guy who can't really exactly take another blow to the head.
Well, it appears like we have settled down with CHET Sterling and Andrew Everett Cross.
And they did a wonderful job of splitting the numbers there.
You know, I'm going to say something that might be perceived as controversial to a lot of people, but I believe it, and I'm going to say it. With all due respect to William Cross, who was the mastermind and the front man of the aftermath, I honestly believe that Tyler, Lee, and Sterling work together as a unit better than any other version of the aftermath, including the ones that were fronted by Ric Converse.
I actually would agree. Oh!
Kicked him right in the back. Oh, God, close on him right in the throat, the jaw, the neck. Jaws have dropped here in the Sportatorium because Trevor Lee literally just took Andrew Everett's head off.
And to further illustrate your point, I actually agree with you. Me and Nick D talked about this at length, where, yeah, Trevor Lee proclaims himself the leader, but it's almost like they're 3 equals. Whereas before, there was always a clear leader of the aftermath.
And perhaps more importantly, perhaps the thing that has led us to this whole situation, not only was there always a clear leader, but there were always clear underlings.
Exactly. There was a pecking order. It was always Rick and Cyrus and then everybody else. You know, and I don't think Rick would run away from, you know, the things he did, but I feel like he thinks everything he did was honorable at least.
I believe it was a very, almost a Machiavelli, I guess you could say, approach where he felt like the ends justified the means. And, you know, Converse did what he thought was right. He did what he thought would bring him success. And it's worth pointing out, if you look at the numbers, if you pick up the Grant Sawyer CWF record book and almanac,
second edition's out, by the way.
The least successful years of Ric Converse's career, the years where he won no Mid-Atlantic titles, were the years that he spent mentoring Trevor Lee, Ben Tyler, and CHET Sterling.
I believe that. I never would have thought about that stat, but it's been a long time since he's had that belt. Long time since he's been in a main event at that, until tonight.
Someone who undeniably has done so much for CWF Mid-Atlantic, so much to raise awareness of the brand.
And Arik Royal's kind of had enough here.
To say that tensions are flaring would be an understatement.
And I made a pretty strong comparison for Trevor Lee sometime back. He reminds me of Floyd Mayweather. But he's just so good. Just honestly one of the best we have, and he knows how good he is, and you want to see him get his teeth knocked out just because he knows how good he is.
And the most obnoxious human being I have ever been around in my life.
I will agree with that.
In wrestling and in life.
I say that as somebody who used to team with Chase Dakota.
Wow.
I love you, Chase, by the way.
Then Tyler got Cross down in the corner. They have isolated Andrew Cross.
And we're seeing a similar situation to what we saw in the 8-man tag, where Andrew has just taken a lot of punishment in a few minutes here. And Arik Royal kind of did more harm than good when he came in the ring a moment ago. Now, would you say the fans like Andrew Cross?
Maybe a little bit, perhaps a tad.
The kid's got a future.
They don't completely hate him.
No.
We'll say that.
It reminds me of when I come out here.
How? In what way possible?
You heard him cheer me when I was scratching Big Aaron in the eyes?
I heard him cheer you when you got thrown over the top rope.
I don't recall that happening.
That was quite an ovation.
Springboard. Tag!
He got Converse! Converse is firing away on everybody.
Ducking the line.
This is textbook Converse. This is on page 1 of the Ric Converse playbook. Oh, got both of them. And now he looks like he's going after his former apprentice. Oh. Hot shot. I don't even know if he realizes he's got 2 of them stacked up right there.
Well, he does now. Nice move by CHET.
Oh, God!
My goodness, that was great.
Trevor Lee came from literally nowhere to knock Converse down, and with one mighty drop kick, the building, the atmosphere and energy in this building has shifted.
And that kind of shows what we were talking about earlier. These 3 kids know each other so well. They spend every waking moment together. And I don't even really want to dive.
Every whisper, every waking hour?
Yes, and I don't want to go into too much detail about what they do together, but
do they share gum?
I think they share more than gum.
Are they gum swappers?
Maybe. I think they
if they're gum swappers, I think I know a website for them.
Wow. Are you sure that's not a typo?
Oh.
Is this appropriate?
The crowd is absolutely electric here for the first Ric Converse.
Real gut check in there.
I see what you did there, because that's their move.
That is their move.
Big chop.
In and out of the ring. Ben Tyler, we haven't seen him in a few weeks, now that I think about it.
Oh! Did he chop him or did he slap him in the face? My God.
Ben went to the eyes. And now, again, they have managed to cut Ric Converse off, just like they did to Cross. I think there's a lot of people that don't want to admit just how dangerous these 3 are just because they're so young.
Converse fires away. No. They've isolated him. Gonna go for the gut wrench. He's got him. Oh, kicked him right in the head.
Nice power by Trevor.
That's really dangerous. You can attest, Cecil. When you're being held upside down like that and Ben Tyler comes flying with a drop kick, you don't know where he's coming from. You have literally no way to protect yourself. That is incredibly dangerous.
You're going exactly where Trevor wants you to go. And that might be right on top of your head.
That is incredibly dangerous. The move that we just saw cannot be undersold.
Break his jaw, Rick!
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
God's getting violent.
Apparently. Jeez.
CHET Sterling choking against the middle rope. Charles Richardson's right there. Not a smart move from Sterling.
I thought high tension was last month. I feel it here tonight.
The tension is continuing to boil over here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium.
High tension, of course, available at ondemand.cwf247.com.
It is, along with a lot of our other events. Arik Royal against Kevin Steen. Andrew Everett Cross under the mask of the Chiva Kid against Eddie Edwards. Chase Dakota against Roderick Strong, and much more on the Night of Champions.
3 phenomenal matches.
Available on demand. Last night's huge benefit fundraiser for the Salvation Army Boys and Girls Club will be available very, very shortly, probably by the time you hear this. Also, we're going to start archiving classic matches, including some of the earliest matches of Andrew Everett, Ben Tyler, Arik Royal, and more. A lot of amazing content is coming to CWF on demand. Please check it out. And right there, you know, what we were just talking about, how smooth and how fluid do the Aftermath work as a team, the way they just manipulated Andrew Cross in that corner.
And just really, they used the emotions of the opposing team to their advantage.
Sterling goes to the floor. Converse is trying to regain control of this matchup. Boom. Firing away on Trevor Lee.
Oh!
This is a reinvigorated Ric Converse. Oh, what a move. What an incredible move.
They knew he was going for the tag. I mean, Rick did what he's supposed to do in this situation. You go for the tag.
Incredible move by Trevor Lee. He took Converse out of the corner.
Sky high.
Good Lord.
And Arik Royal's back on the apron.
Arik Royal is foaming at the mouth, Cecil.
He's been dying to get in this match. He has not been legal yet, as far as I know.
The Mid-Atlantic champion is dying, like you said. Oh, gosh, who's going to get there first? If the Aftermath can stop this tag, they need to. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Here comes the heavyweight champion of the Mid-Atlantic.
And he is cleaning house, cleaning clocks. Exploder.
Good Lord.
Is Ben going to get one? A spin kick.
Beast modes him down to the canvas.
It's like hammering a railroad spike.
Knee strike got nothing.
Man, elbow after elbow after elbow.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good God, he uppercutted him into Sunday.
And I think he may have caught a headbutt along with it.
Royal putting Converse back in. Ow!
A glancing blow on Ben, but he got enough.
Blockbuster from CHET STERLING, but Converse is the legal man.
Richter scale.
Calling for it. Sterling avoided it 2 weeks ago. He avoids it again tonight. Sends him into Andrew Everett.
He made the tag.
Bam! Dropped him on his face.
Complete shot, but Cross is the legal man.
Cross might be going for the win here. Could be one of those big, high-risk maneuvers that Andrew Cross does better than anybody else on the planet, perhaps.
Oh, Rick just got posted.
It's chaos on the floor. It's absolute chaos on the floor here. Oh, he didn't get him.
But he landed on his feet.
Oh, God, the knee strike from Trevor Lee. The knee strike from Trevor Lee just absolutely KO'd Andrew Everett.
And Chet with the cover.
Chet's on top. Chet's on top. He beat him. Oh, my God.
What an upset.
The Aftermath has won it. The 350th live event from CWF Mid-Atlantic has been stolen by the Aftermath.
And who would have thought that CHET STERLING would be the man to pick up the fall?
I am shocked at what we have just seen.
18 minutes, 54 seconds, your winners, the Aftermath.
Okay, so many things have just happened here, Cecil Scott, but one of them that I want to make sure we mention. Yes, the biggest moment of CHET STERLING's career just happened, but we just saw that the knee strike can pin Andrew Everett Cross. Wait a minute. What's going on, G? What's going on?
What the heck is going on here?
Oh my God!
Look, it's William Cross!
William Cross is here! The injured former leader of the Aftermath, William Cross, has just thrown Trevor Lee to the dogs!
Oh my God! We haven't seen him since the attack.
Andrew Everett is on top of Trevor Lee! Good God Almighty! Andrew Everett is absolutely mauling Trevor Lee! William Cross has returned at the 350th event!
Guess who's back, boys? Come on! Come back in the ring! Come on! Y'all real tough now! Good as new! Come on, chickens! And I'll tell you this, Aftermath, whatever you want to call yourself, fun athletic guys, I don't care. But I can guarantee that in 2 weeks, June 1st, this is 350, 351 is going to be the worst night in your life. I guarantee it.
Oh my God, William Cross has returned with vengeance in his eyes. Holy cow.
Come on, I'm ready.
Thank you everyone who has joined us on demand at CWF247.com. This has been the 350th live event. We will see you at 351.
Boy. Let me tell you guys, 350, nobody else, no other independent promotion, 350 shows. I want to thank everybody in the back. I want to thank everybody that's ever been a part of CWF. And I want to thank every one of you guys. Trevor Lee, let me tell you, I'm not a wrestler, but I'll fight you. But I don't have to pick a fight because this man right here is going to do it for me. Right here, guys! CWF!
Hey, get them out here! Get all the baby faces out here right now! Everybody come down!
just got word from the powers that be. We know that on June 1st, you've got a title defense down in Florida. You're also taking a lot of bookings elsewhere. You can't be here, but they just signed it. That's right, absolute justice. You get your shot at Trevor Lee one-on-one. That's right, June 15, absolute justice. It's Andrew Everett Cross. He puts up the Ultra J title. Trevor Lee's putting up the Chiva mask. It's been an honor, sir.
Real quick, the last thing that needs to be said, this has been a very special night for everybody, but the last thing that needs to be said is literally, there would be no building that we are standing in, and there would be no company for us to work for without William Cross. Thank you a million times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's the last thing that needs to be said, because no one deserves more thanks than you.
Thank you for being a part of number 350, number 351, right here, Saturday, June 1st.